Hello, welcome to Play by Play. My name is Sean Bouchard. I am gonna play the original Half-Life, or Half-Life Source, and talk about what it's like to play it for the first time, and what the designed experience of this game is. Really excited about this. A little nervous about this. The last three games that we've done have been Papo-Yo. Oh gosh, what did we do? We did Hotline Miami and the Stanley Parable. Those all came out in like 2012, 2013 even. Half-Life originally came out in 1998. This game is 17 years old. It got an engine update in like 2004, but I believe that was like a very little was updated. I think all of the graphics are original, and so this is going to be essentially a 17-year-old game. 17 years ago, this game was foundational for the first-person shooter genre, and it established a number of design practices and tropes and things that we take for granted today, but were really innovative in 1998. It's going to be really interesting to play this game now, sort of with that all in hindsight. A lot of the things that this game does, I think, that were sort of breathtakingly new at the time are not going to be quite as breathtaking anymore. But Valve, who I think made the game, was released by Sierra back when it was originally released, but I assume that the team that made it was the core Valve team. They're famous for designing really good games, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what in the design still stands out as special all of these years later, and what kind of rough edges have appeared based on things that we've maybe learned in the last 17 years. So, with no further ado, I'm gonna get started, and I'm gonna just start a new game. I have played.
Good morning, and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security and convenience of the Black Mesa Research Facility personnel.
So, this is literally a dark ride, right? I'm like, this is a pretty neat introduction. This is a very like Bethesda-style introduction, or at least the Skyrim games all start like this. You're in like a tract.
8:47 a.m. Current topside temperature is 93 degrees, with an estimated high of 105.
105. Okay, that's hot. So I mean, like, I'm getting a chance to get into the world, right? I get to sort of see what my environment is. No pressure. There's no gameplay yet. I can't do anything, even if I wanted to do anything. I'm being sort of treated to a show, which is a great way to start a game. It's a great sort of it's a narrative-focused way to start a game. It's like really focused on what is the world, letting me get to know the world first thing.
It's maintained at a pleasant 68 degrees at all times.
I like it. I like Black Mesa. They keep things cool. If it wasn't for Black Mesa, it'd be 105.
This train is inbound from level 3 dormitories to Sector C test labs and control facilities. Your intended destination is a high security area beyond Sector C. You will need to return to the central transit hub in area.
Okay, so I mean, is it super crazy that there's just like, robot engineering going on in an empty room that the tram runs through? I mean, like, in actual laboratory design, that doesn't make any sense. But it's really nice sort of initial encounter design. It's darkroom design, right? We're on a ride just like at Disneyland that's going through room after room, and you can see a little vignette, you can see a little scene that tells a story about what is this place. This is some kind of advanced research lab where I live and work, and it's got high security clearance. And
9, and board a high security train. If you have not yet submitted your identity to the retinal clearance system, you must report to Black Mesa personnel for processing before you will be permitted into the high security branch of the transit system. Due to the high toxicity of material routinely handled in the Black Mesa compound, no smoking, eating, or drinking are permitted within the Black Mesa transit system.
Wow, that's extremely toxic.
Your limbs inside the train at all times. Do not attempt to open the doors until the train has come to a complete halt at the station platform. In the event of an emergency, passengers are to remain seated and await further instruction. If it is necessary to exit the train, disabled personnel should be evacuated first. Please stay away from electrified rails and proceed to an emergency station until assistance arrives.
So, like, gate after gate, I'm going deeper and deeper into some kind of a, weird complex. It's already sort of otherworldly, right? Because it's clearly underground. Like, they've established that this is underground by giving me an actual view of what the outside looks like. And they've clearly separated themselves from the outside world by mentioning dormitories, by sort of describing the environment as climate controlled. It's a literally different environment than outside. By talking the no food and drink on the transit system, I find super creepy. This is like a completely isolated world. There's very little crossover between this world and the outside world.
A reminder that the Black Mesa Hazard Course Decathlon will commence this evening at 1900 hours in the Level 3 facility. The semifinals for high security personnel will be announced in a separate secure access transmission. Remember, more lives than your own may depend on your fitness. Do you have a friend or relative?
That started out so charming, we have a little community that plays sports together, and then it turned so creepy corporate at the end.
Who would make a valuable addition to the Black Mesa team? Immediate openings are available in the area.
Discretionary. I think that means that they can just let me die if something goes wrong.
Handling and low clearance security. Please contact Black Mesa personnel for further information. If you have an associate with a background in the areas of theoretical physics, biotechnology, or other high-tech disciplines, please contact our civilian recruitment division. The Black Mesa...
So I wonder if we're going to see these kinds of vehicles and robots appear later in the game. This feels like it's kind of previewing the sorts of things that exist inside of this little world. I mean, again, there's no way that you would build a tram system that actually operated like this spatially, but it makes for these perfect little contained experiences where you get a little show that tells an interesting story.
The research facility is an equal opportunity employer.
Mm.
A reminder to all Black Mesa personnel. Regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continued employment in the Black Mesa Research Facility. Missing a scheduled urinalysis or radiation checkup is grounds for immediate termination. If you feel you have been exposed to radioactive or other hazardous materials in the course of your duties, contact your radiation safety officer immediately. Work safe. Work smart. Your future depends.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Now arriving at
That's not safe, right? Work safe, like that's deliberately timed
test labs
dialogue.
and control facilities.
There we go. So, that's quite a long intro sequence.
Please stand back from the automated door and wait for the security officer to verify your identity. Before exiting the train, be sure to check your area for personal belongings.
So, this intro sequence is establishing for me what this game is going to prioritize. I think structurally and also thematically. Structurally, this is a very narrative game, right? The first, I don't know, solid couple minutes at least of the game, there's no gameplay. I mean, I'm allowed to move around, but I'm extremely contained, and I'm being shown, you know, a show. I'm being sort of given a tour, which is great. I mean, it's fantastic. It just sets up the game as we're going to be telling you a story, which is cool. I love that. And then thematically, it's about security. I think it's about this sort of like, I don't know. There's this kind of nebulous area in between research that's very cool and good, and security that's sort of frightening. And now we're like literally waiting for this guard to walk from all the way at the other end of the catwalk to come and like check our security credentials. They could have put the guard right outside of the door and then there would have been no time, but they want to emphasize this idea that security is a major theme of this game. We'll see how that plays out.
Thank you, and have a very safe and productive day.
Looks like you're running late.
Oh, I'm running late. That's why there's nobody else on this car. People know who I am, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Are there, No, I got subtitles on. Alright. We'll see. So this still feels like sort of part of this narrative introduction. I'm still like, now I'm moving on my own, but I'm still essentially on rails, right? I'm still constrained in how I'm progressing. Jesus. Anomalous materials. This is the department that I work in. 1998. Does anybody know when GoldenEye came out? The first-person shooter for the Nintendo 64. That's what this game reminds me of graphically, and I'm sure partially because it's a first-person shooter. But that's what my like nostalgia is tickling in terms of the texture depth and the polygons on character models and all of that. This feels a lot like sort of a GoldenEye era game. Yeah, so I think I've played maybe like a half an hour of this game.
Mr. Freeman, I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files.
That's great. So I'm important enough to have messages, but the game doesn't have to actually give me messages. It's clever.
It's one of those days, I guess. They were having some problems down in the test chamber too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
All right, look at those objectives. Look at it just giving me objectives. Find your hazard suit, get into it, and then go down to the testing area. That's like really smoothly straightforward. No, I don't know.
On the origin of that new sample?
Oh, look at this ambient dialogue. People just talking.
I am rather looking forward to this analysis, aren't you?
Research, development, personnel facilities. I think maybe personnel facilities is where I want to go.
Report to the administrator today?
Is that who's talking? It's a very loud conversation that somebody's having. I think I'm gonna follow this green line to personnel stuff. So yeah, I've at least theoretically played through some of this, but it's been a while, and I haven't played very much. Like really, just the first half hour.
These ridiculous
Freeman.
ties?
There we go. Look at this. It's my locker. Oh my God! I have a baby. I have some kind of a certificate on my wall, and some books, and some clothes, and a nuclear bomb, perhaps. Maybe that's a flux capacitor. I don't know. No hazmat suit, which is what I was looking. Oh, there we go. There's a green thing. I'm gonna go to the green thing, in between two red things. That's clearly where I need to go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I have played Portal.
To the HVV Mark IV protective system.
I like that my suit talks to me.
Hazardous environment conditions. High impact reactive armor activated. Atmospheric contaminant sensors activated. Vital sign monitoring activated. Automatic medical systems engaged. Defensive weapon selection system activated. Munition level monitoring activated. Communications interface online. Have a very safe day.
This suit has a lot of stuff in it. A munitions monitoring system? Like, that's pretty wild.
Glasses again.
So this is, I don't know how much they're going to use this in the game, but this is a really common trope. Today, I don't know how common it was in 1998, of the sort of angel on your shoulder, right? The Cortana, the Navi even, the sort of help system that travels with you and can talk to you when necessary. And in this game, it looks like that system, which is actually something that I love narratively, even though it's really overused. Looks like it's going to be my suit. My suit can talk to me and tell me things that I need to know. All right. I didn't pay attention to what blue and red were because I was just looking at green, but I'm going to follow this blue.
Oh, like you're in the barrel today.
This is. They want me to go this way. That's great. Good. That level design is like really very intuitive. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I thought that was an airlock. It's not actually. Weird. So I've played Portal, and the control scheme seems to be pretty much the same as Portal. Space to jump. E is my interact button. Although so far I haven't needed to interact much. Maybe I do need to interact here, though. Yeah, look at that. I speak too soon. Is there a button? No. There's an interesting pacing to this game. Where... Oh, there is a button. There we go. All right. But even to the sort of the way that the doors open and close, there's a... It's not snappy, right? It's not things opening like perfectly in front of me and closing perfectly behind me. It's It feels like an artifact of a different age. It feels like sort of that's a thing that we have learned to smooth out more. Hi, guys. Are you twins? Again, like, that's the sort of thing that feels like an artifact of a different age. I don't think that's really meant to be something that I'm thinking about. I think it's just... and like this texture doesn't quite line up. Like this is all. It's 1998. Control room, test lab, plasma cells, ionization chambers. Those all sound really kind of scary scientific. I'm gonna follow the green one. Security clearance, level 3. Hello. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Green, green, following green. It's going to take me through the control room.
Ah, Gordon, here
Yes.
you are. We just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of a gamble, but we need the extra resolution.
The administrator
course.
is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather they went to some lengths to get it.
They're waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber.
It's okay. All right. So they went to some lengths to get today's sample. That's kind of just ominous. You know, what is the sample? It's something hard to obtain. And then the reading of that last line was amazing. They're waiting for you in the test chamber. That's, it's, you know, yeah, it's just another day at work, but I'm getting a bad feeling. I'm already getting a bad feeling.
Ah, hello, Gordon Freeman. It's good to see you.
Uh-oh.
What the hell is going on with our equipment?
What is going on with the equipment?
In the first place.
This is great, just ambient sort of storytelling, right? The first computer system that I encounter was broken. Actually, no, even on the tram, there was like a leak in one of those big hazardous-looking green radiation containers. I don't know what they're for, but there's some kind of a leak that they were cleaning up, and now
Those containment parameters are still nominal.
the you know, the messaging system was down, and now things are like breaking right in front of me. We're having some technology problems, but it's not going to slow us down.
Where did I leave that shutdown procedure chart?
Because it's very important that, like, we test this exotic material, or whatever it is we're doing. Now I have more colors. Test lab. Hello? Hello? No, you don't actually want to talk to me. I want to talk to people who want to talk to me.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedures today, Gordon.
Yeah.
It is. So this is definitely 1998, but I find it really super creepy that the character models are. This is like a whole other level of Uncanny Valley. It's not just that like they don't look quite human, but they look good enough that they're distinct and they have like personality to them, to the actual model. Like they're art directed well, but then there's only like 4 of them, and so they're littered throughout the complex. I find it really weird and creepy in a way that the game certainly doesn't narratively acknowledge, and I don't think is sort of deliberate in its intention of making me feel like, why do I keep seeing the same people over and over again? But I keep seeing the same people over and over again.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And, potentially, the most unstable.
Now, if you follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that, although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that
I'm a highly trained professional, and I have like a degree of security clearance. but I'm not important enough for anybody to want to save me if like things go wrong, you know, I'm clearly like a test subject. So there's this interesting sort of balance between what I'm, you know, how skilled am I? How highly regarded am I actually? I'm gonna look one more time. I remember this from Portal as well. It's kind of the captioning is extremely finicky. I'm gonna try closed captions and see if that does any better.
Nothing will go wrong.
Ah, yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
Let's let him in. Oh god, it's double retinal scan. This is I think not a lot of people are allowed in here. It's a weird, so I have to, oh god.
Testing. Everything seems to be in order.
I guess that's the way I'm supposed to go.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
None of this makes any sense to me. But it's nice that the game is sort of, it's not really teaching me mechanics, but it is giving me a safe environment in which to learn some of the mechanics, so that I'm not, like, it's not when I'm freaking out and I don't know how to open an elevator door that I'm searching desperately for the use button. I'm going to have to learn how to use a ladder now, and the game's not explicit about teaching it to me, but there's no negative consequence if I spend a while like trying to figure it out. Yeah. It's also, well, I mean, again, it's very intuitive because I've played first-person shooters in the last 17 years, and they all work like this. There we go. There we go. All right, push it up to 80%.
Very good. We'll take it from here.
It's currently good.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2.
I'm gonna stay up here because I feel like down there is
I'm seeing predictable
maybe less safe.
Stage 2 emitters activating now.
Look at these fantastic 1998
Gordon,
particle
I cannot
effects.
predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please, work as quickly as you can.
Work? What do you mean work?
Overhead capacitors to 105%.
What work am I supposed to be doing?
It's probably not a
Oh
problem.
shit.
Probably, but I'm showing a small discrepancy. Well, no, it's well within acceptable bounds again. Sustaining sequence.
Morphine administered.
I've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon. It should be coming up to you any moment now. Look to the delivery system for
There we
the
go.
specimen.
There's the delivery system. Okay. So, whew boy, climbing down ladders. That's gonna be, I hope I don't have to do a lot of that, because, ow. I feel like I'm gonna be bad at it. Okay, here's some physics. Look at this physics!
Oh dear! Gordon, get away from the beam!
Shutting down. No. Attempting shutdown. It's not. It's not shutting down. It's
Oh
not.
god. Oh Jesus. Oh, it's not shutting down. Oh, look at us. Oh, what is happening? There are things falling out of the sky. Oh, and I'm struck by green lightning. It's all very scary. I wish that I hadn't fallen down the stairs and broken my legs. Oh, I'm back. Oh, no. Oh, dear. That's a place that, oh God, I don't want to be any of these places. This is wonderfully Lovecraftian horror. That's great. That's really superb little vignettes of terrible things, unforeseen consequences. Alright. Again, so like if I haven't learned how to jump yet, I have to jump to get out of here. And I have time to sort of figure out the button to do that. And again, like I can sort of get used to jumping. Button sound. Good. Security guy is dead. The scientists are still alive, but the security guys are dead. Oh dear. I mean, I feel like that's maybe some symbolic foreshadowing. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Oh yeah, I should maybe warn you. The half of Half-Life 2 that I played, one of the problems that I had with it is I always turn the wrong direction. And Valve is really good at sort of playtesting their games and making sure that they're set up so that when you get to the T in a hallway, you naturally turn the direction that you're supposed to. I would always turn the wrong direction. There was just something wrong with me. I don't know if that's going to be the case in the original Half-Life, but there may be some navigation that has to be done. Look at these guys.
Why didn't they listen? We tried to warn them.
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one.
Gordon, you're alive.
It's a resonance cascade.
Thank God for that hazard suit. I'm afraid to move him and all our phones are out. Please, get to the surface as soon as you can and let someone know we're stranded down here. You'll need me to activate the retinal scanners. I'm sure the rest of the science team will gladly help you.
Awesome. So, main quest, right? Get to the surface. That seems like something that I imagine I'm going to spend the rest of the game trying to do. I'm still super not happy with how these... I'm going to try subtitles again. Look at that. Look at that. Creepy little monsters are just appearing out of thin air. That's what a resonance cascade is, apparently. Yikes. Yes, I do not like head crabs. I'm gonna... No good. Okay, so the guy said... What did the guy say? That he would need to...
Glad to oblige a fellow scientist.
Was he gonna do this for me? Yes, here he comes. Alright, I guess I had to talk to him. Again, I think that's... Maybe it's teaching me some mechanics. Like, scientists are gonna be... Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, okay. Alright. Whew. Alright. I don't want any part of any of that. Alright. I'm gonna take just like a 1-minute break and then come back and make my escape from Black Mesa Underground testing facility complex, whatever this is. Get to the surface, Gordon. The scientists will help you. I will be right back.